It is called JSLoik. There are several different versions of them, and you can run them in several different ways. So one way of running it is to download the HTML file to your client and run it, and then become a voluntary botnet, or a voluntary bot, or a zombie, if you will, in this network. You can also run it from servers on the internet, and then it will require a slightly different mitigation method, but it's still being mitigated all the same, using different type of regular expressions or signatures used on the SPTMS system, as well as the new Arbor Prevail system. So this is called the AIF feed that will actually deliver these type of signatures or regular expressions, and they will be available in SPTMS from version 5.7, and they're already available in the Prevail APS series. Right now the ACER team, or the latest intel that I have today, November 23, 2011, is that we're tracking approximately 180 different botnets. We're also tracking quite many different tools that you can actually identify and mitigate using these type of this signature. So currently we have approximately 4,300 different signatures, and obviously the bots we're tracking, the tools that we're tracking, is going to be increased over the years to come. So pretty much going back to JSLoik, you select your target. So this is in a lab environment. We don't have internet access here, which is actually very good, so we can't make any mistakes. So I'm just defining my server that I'm going to be attacking here, which is victim number 3. And you can see that I have on attacker 3, as stated before, a web page being constantly updated so that you can see that it actually works using, or while using the actual mitigation. You can also get the targets here. You can write in your special message when you're actually participating. You can assign more or less resources from your client depending on how much you want to participate in this voluntary botnet. So this is just the default values 10, and if you're not so technically advanced, you can actually go in there and you can find more information. So without further ado, I will just fire this one off, and I have now started the attack. You will see this being risen in the mitigation that I have already running. So there is obviously a workflow for how to both automatically and manually create these type of off-ramps and mitigation using the SPTMS. In this scenario you can see that I started sending 10 requests per second, so the traffic is being increased. So I will change this to 5 minutes. It's not a huge impact, so obviously it won't affect the performance of the web server that much, because I'm using one client only. Now you can imagine what happens if you're using a voluntary botnet and you have thousands or tens of thousands of sources doing exactly the same thing. It's going to be problematic. Maybe not from a capacity standpoint, but the web server will have lots of things to do with his connection or his state building.